morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to PatFacts, the gift that keeps on giving. So we're going to talk about tonight. If you saw our tagline, welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great week. 10 days till Christmas. Are you ready? Hopefully you are. What we're going to look at tonight are, again, the gifts that help us keep on giving through the year. What are the skills that we're good at, we can continue to improve on and to keep working towards to make us even better? So often, we focus on what are the things we need to fix. What are the things we're not good at that we need to get better at? What are the things that we want to accomplish? What are the things we want to learn and new things we want to develop? And that's great. We want to, as we say here, ascend till the end. We always want to be getting better every day. We want to be getting just a little bit better. But part of that is also improving what is already pretty decent. So what I want to talk about tonight is thinking of those skills, those habits, those routines that you have that are good, but we can make them a little bit better. And as we've talked about here before, if you improve one of those little areas, then you're going to see benefits in other areas of your life. And again, typically we talk about picking what's going to make the most change for you and trying to up that because again, you'll see the most benefit from it. And as a fitness coach, that's what I'll do with clients, is pick what's going to give them the most health benefit and typically focus on that change first. And again, typically that's what we'd like to do. But what I want you to do as well is fine tune and tweak and improve those other areas as well. So that again, you see an overall improvement. And again, as those other skills that we're good at improve a little bit more, that's going to help maybe draw up some of those things that we really need to work at. And it's going to help us build a little bit of confidence. Because again, if we're coming at it from a good place and we can improve it a little bit, and again, fine tune it, refine it, tweak it, however you want to say, then again, that builds a bit of confidence. We can maybe take that confidence, that self-esteem, that sense of accomplishment, and apply that to some of those other areas that are probably going to be a little tougher of a job to improve and get better at. So we want to make sure that we're kind of getting that momentum going, that snowball effect that you hear me talk about. We always want to have that momentum going, so we're always working towards that goal of being better. And then whatever specific goal you have set up for you for the year or for the upcoming weeks. We've talked before about finishing our fourth quarter of the year strong and setting up into 2022 to have that momentum, again, taking us into the new year. And this is part of that, where we can maybe set ourselves up for more success by sort of getting some, not necessarily easy, but maybe some less intense things done. And you've probably seen the video on social media, and we've touched on it here too, but the former Marine or Navy SEAL that says when you get up in the morning, make your bed. First thing you do, make your bed. And this, yes, keeps your room a little more organized and looking neat and has everything kind of where it's supposed to be and organized. But kind of the main reasoning behind that is so you accomplish something. You start the day with a win. And then if nothing else, you can look back and say, you know what? I got up today and I made my bed first thing, like I said I would. And then you can feel happy about that. You can have that sense of accomplishment, which will again carry over into some other areas of your life, of your day. And that's what we want to have happen. And this is similar. We're going to pick things that, again, we have a pretty good foundation of, we have a pretty good routine of, but we can get a little bit better in that. And let's clean those up a little bit. And again, maybe doing a few of those first will set you up to have more success with some of those harder, more challenging changes or habits we're trying to replace with new, better habits. Because we have that self-esteem, we have that sense, again, of accomplishment to say, hey, you know what, I tweaked what I was doing. I was pretty good at writing in my journal every day, making my Post-it notes for my to-do list, whatever it is. But you know what? I've been even more consistent with it. I'm getting more results. I feel good about it. I feel better writing in my journal more often. And then again, that momentum, that accomplishment, that self-esteem, that pat on your back is going to, again, help you maybe apply yourself a little more to some of those more daunting tasks that you're looking to change, those big goals that you've set up for 2021 and into 2022. So you want to have a little bit of success. It's kind of a built-in almost inspiration or motivational factor, because we can, again, create our own motivation and inspiration from that accomplishment. So I'd love to hear from you in the chats and the comments here, if you're on recording or if you're with us live tonight. What are a couple things that you're pretty good at, but you could get really good at, or you could become maybe excellent at? And what can you maybe do between now and, say, December 31st to bump those up a little bit, to bring those up a little more, to make those really good or excellent? And again, that'll help us carry over into 2022. And again, it's about kind of just building up some little wins along the side, because we need those sometimes. It'll help us. It can't always be someone there to motivate you all the time. We want to be able to, like Brendan Burchard says, a power plant doesn't have energy, it generates energy. And the same thing with inspiration and motivation. We can get it from people externally, but it fades away. It doesn't last forever. But if we can generate it, then we can kind of stoke that fire and keep it going. And sometimes these little things that maybe aren't, again, as complex because we have a good foundation, will help us kind of stoke that fire and keep that momentum going. So again, it'll trickle over into other areas of our life. So a great idea, again, is to sit and brainstorm, think of some things that, again, you've got a good handle on. We keep looking at, when we looked a few weeks ago, when life works, when life works list. When things are going well, what are we doing? Maybe we can take some of those and say, you know what, I've got a pretty good handle on these. What can I do to make them even more efficient? And then maybe you won't fall out of them and you get into that funk where life isn't working. Because if you've improved them and made them even more efficient or more excellent or performing at a higher level, then maybe you're more likely to stay consistent with them. And your when life works will be more common. It'll happen more often. You'll stay kind of in that optimal zone. And then again, that's going to positively affect those other areas of your life. So if we have that sort of setup going, then again, it gives us that kind of stoking of the fire to keep that good energy, that momentum, that positivity going forward with us. So again, take a moment, think of those things. We think of the things that we don't want to do anymore. We think of our goals that we want to accomplish. And then think now of the things that you do that work for you, but what can you do to make them even better? So what are the things, and what could you do to make them even better for you? And again, write these down, put them in your journal, brainstorm, put it in notes in your phone, however you kind of collect some of this stuff. But write it down, put it on in print, whatever format works for you. And then again, you can formulate a plan from that and add that into your daily routine, into your systems already. That again, if you've been with me for the last almost 2 years, or coming up on, I guess, 1.5 years now, we know that if we have a system, we can just apply that system to other areas of our life, other facets. So hopefully we have a system in place. We can now just apply this, tweak this adjustment into that, so that again, we can make that better. And then that refines our system even more. So again, we bring those more difficult challenges into it, that we get even more success. Maybe we get success sooner because we have the good systems, we have the good energy, we have the kind of motivation, inspiration, the momentum behind us already. That'll help us continue to move forward and to evolve and to get that goal that we're looking for. So as we head into these last 16 days of 2021, let's take a few moments and fine tune what it is we have going. And maybe this is a nice way to stay consistent with our improving, but again, we can fit it in or make the time for it, because this time of year is quite busy. There's holiday events, there's travel, there's different things going on. Maybe this is a way where we talked a couple weeks ago about our fitness, maybe dial down the intensity or the time of our workouts to make them work with our schedule. Maybe this is the way we can dial down the intensity of what we're working on, still accomplish things and still feel good, but it doesn't take up so much time. It's not quite the daunting task that maybe it feels like it is sometimes. And again, trying to combine it with everything going on at the same time, then it can lead to maybe some overwhelm. So a great way for us to keep consistent with our improving, with our ascending to the end and getting better and prepping for 2021. We dial down the intensity. We work on things that just need to be fine-tuned or tweaked a little bit. And then we can carry that momentum into 2022 and then really ramp up. Or maybe when Christmas is over, maybe your schedule opens up a bit more. And then you've got that time to really, again, ramp things up and dial things in for those last 8, 10 days, 6 days, whatever, of 2021 to, again, build that momentum back up into 2022. So again, it doesn't always have to be one certain way. Just like our workouts, it doesn't have to be one way. There's a multitude of ways that you can exercise and work out and be healthier. And same thing with our goals and getting better. It doesn't have to be one set way. Sometimes we get into a bit of a maintenance phase. Or again, we look at things to maybe make some tweaks, some refinements on, so we're not making huge adjustments. We don't have to try to fit that in and feel overwhelmed with it. We can focus on enjoying ourselves, enjoying our friends and family, the holidays, maybe some time away from work, but we can still get that consistency. We can still earn those check marks and that sense of accomplishment by working on ourselves and getting better. So that, again, when we do dust off that big goal that we're trying to work on, we can have that momentum, have that positivity, get a good mindset to help us carry forward and move on. So hopefully that's giving you some ideas, some reminders, some things to look at, some ways to, again, plan your holidays going forward so that you have a good system in place and that you keep that ascending going on, you keep that improvement going on like we want to have going. And again, it does take some time. It does take some planning and preparation, but hopefully by now, if you've been with us, you've been doing that since end of September, early October, when we started talking about that kind of fourth quarter and planning and setting resolutions then and goals. So hopefully there's some planning already there. And then now maybe you can look at some of those spots where you think, how am I going to work on this big goal between these dates? Because I've had a lot going on. Well, maybe now this is where you can put in some of those smaller goals, those refinements, those tweaks. And then again, keep that momentum building forward until the schedule maybe does open up a little bit more or get back to normal, where you can get things going and improving again and really put that effort in behind it. So again, I'd love to hear from you in the comments and the chats. If you're here with us or on replay, again, we go back and check the comments out. What are some areas you're strong at, you feel really good about, but you're going to improve? And what could you do to maybe improve those areas? Because again, your ideas could help other people that are checking out the chats and the videos as well. We all want to help each other get better, make the team better, not just make the team or power twists. So I love to hear those ideas from you and what you're going to be doing, what you're going to implement to do that. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Quick reminder that we've got this evening. I had some tech issues with my program, so they haven't come out yet, but this evening the holiday guide should be out, as well as our slope fit should be out later this week. Again, a ski conditioning program that we chatted about a bit last week. Virtual program that gets you ready to the hill, snowboarding, skiing, whatever it is. It's virtual, so you can, again, make it work for you and your schedule. That will be dropping later this week as well. Again, I have a few tech issues I have to iron out, so I want to make sure it's ready for you to go. So stay tuned for those. They'll be on social feeds, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They'll all be posted there. Again, my handle, if you're not following me, is at POYBFit, like Pat on Your Back Fitness, Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness. POYBFit, and you can stay tuned for the registration links or the links to get the information for the holiday guide. The holiday guide is free. The slope fit, there's a registration for it, but again, it's a 6-week virtual program set up for the slopes for ski season, and snowboard season, which is here, the weather isn't so great for it this week in Ontario, but he'll get open and do what they can for runs. So we want to make sure you can enjoy that as best you can. Be able to handle the runs, not be too sore leading into it, have the body and the mind ready for the hills so you can enjoy yourself as much as possible. So if you have any questions about those, reach out. And again, stay tuned to my socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They'll all have the links coming out soon for you to check those out. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks as always for your support. I appreciate you tuning in. And if you're checking us out on Facebook, be sure to head over to our pal Blake Miles in just a few moments. If you look up Blake Miles Coaching, or you can just search Blake Miles on Facebook, he's doing a little 15-minute talk about active listening, how to be even better listener. So maybe listening is something you're looking to improve on and kind of build that skill a little bit. A great way to get some more information and maybe some guidance from Blake about what it is he's looking to implement, and he'll have some suggestions and some tips, things you can put into place to again help you get yourself going. So I'll just get his link here for you, and I'll throw it in the chat so you can see that and find him. So again, he'll be on in about 5 minutes at 6:30 Eastern. And even if you're watching this on replay, you can still go to his profile and watch it on the recording. I think I'll throw here in a comment so you can check that out. There we go. Everybody should have that in their chats. So again, he'll be on in about 4 minutes, 6:30 Eastern, to chat about listening, being a better listener, something we can all get a little better at, being actually listening to the person talking to us, not thinking about the next thought or what we have to do next. So feel free to hop over, check him out. I'll be probably in and out of that chat. I might watch on replay later, but I thought it was a great segue from this, maybe to give you an idea of a topic to work on to get a little better at, because everybody can. So, and Blake will give you some guidelines and suggestions and some tips to help you with that. So it might be a great way to, again, set yourself up for some success of having that thing to tweak and get better at to keep that momentum going. So as always, thanks for being here, guys. Remember, stay safe. There's still lots of uncertainty things going on with the pandemic and everything around us. So be sure to ramp up that self-care, keep yourself that top priority, get your sleep, eat as well as you can, some movement, exercise, fitness, and do the things you need to do to keep that immune system healthy, and take care of yourself. Remember, always make yourself the priority that you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Have a great night, guys.